And, you know, Jeff Burrows said they didn't want him to throw a curveball. And we talked about that during our semi-final games. And, you know, it's tough on a lot of kids' arm because they don't throw it properly. There is a curveball, though. As he's gotten to be 12 years old, his dad has acquiesced and let him do that. But he also has a changeup to go along with that curveball. Right here, opens up a little bit, and you'll see why opening up a little bit quick, the ball is way, way outside.
Runs the count to 2-2. Again, gets him to go after one, breaking outside of the strike zone, and Aruz is a strikeout victim.
Well, the only way to really hit this pitch is, first of all, to practice it. And what Long Beach does is they have their dads, like Jeff Burrows, Larry Lewis, actually throw that pitch, but you can move up closer to the plate, also move up in the box, especially if a pitcher like Werner is not overpowering like Sean Burrows, who throws up about 75 miles per hour.
Brings up Julio Gustavino, the first baseman, who goes after the first pitch, and DeFazio will retire him. Next Saturday on ABC Sports, golf's big hitters take aim at the Greater Milwaukee Open. And ABC's college football kicks off regional coverage. Miami battling Boston College. Washington State against Michigan. Washington hosts Stanford, or LSU meets Texas A&M. Check your local listings for the game on your ABC station. And call your local cable operator to find out which of these regional games will be available on pay-per-view. And on the Wendy's Kickoff Classic earlier, Florida State, the #1 team in the nation, well, they showed why. They covered Kansas 42-0. Charlie Ward, of course, a big Heisman Trophy candidate, and their point guard, the basketball team as well, 16 of 26 for just under 200 yards. Ball 2 to Rodriguez.
One of the available pitchers for the Panama team, Cesar Dotto, that's what his coach called him. Boy, a lot of affection. You know, the coach, Mateo, is only 24 years of age. He's a student down in Panama.
Down now 3-0.
Boy, they are proud to be here. But we talked about some of their favorite players, but one of them, Rod Carew, with about 7 batting championships. The last guy to hit close to 400 other than George Brett at 388.
4 pitches, Rodriguez is aboard. Without question, Panama, this is the first time that their country has been represented in a final. And perhaps future Little League. The second baseman, Juan Saracen, only 1 for 1, hasn't had a lot of plate appearances in this series. Pitch is inside. Werner losing control with 5 straight balls now.
You know, we talked about Rodriguez, who's down at first. Now, he pitched a shutout. Had a little bit of a cold and tender arm, so he's not pitching today. But the backup pitch is the second backup pitcher for Long Beach. He gave up 7 runs, and that's DeFazio. So Panama a little deeper if you have to go to another pitcher.
Hitting the outside corner there. Count is 1-1. There's that slow curve again. He chases after it, trying to bunt. Strike 2.
Well, the rule is you have to wait, if you're the runner on first, to wait till the ball goes over, and then you take your lead. Now, California, Long Beach feels that maybe, just maybe, Panama takes advantage of leaving a little bit early.
That one's way outside. Now, if they do, there's a flag thrown?
Well, there's supposed to be a flag. And, you know, Jeff Burrows talking about the fact that he felt that maybe 20 times over the course of these 4 games in Panama that they may have left early. But I haven't seen a flag. Umpire.
Look at Jeff Burrows.
Tough call for the umpire, too.
Good pitch for strike 3, and he gets out of the inning without giving up a hit. 1 is left again. We're scoreless after 1.5 in Williamsburg. 12-year-old. He now pitches in the Pirates organization. Marietta won it 3-1.
He made up an interesting point. Everybody was talking to him about what happened when you went back to Marietta, Georgia, and he said, you know, I'm a 12-year-old kid. Everybody is saying, here's the guy that won the Little League World Series. Everybody gunning for him. But he's 6'5" now, throws over 90 miles per hour, and is playing for that AA team in the organization of the Pirates.
Coming back from some arm problems, I understand, or shoulder trouble. He had some shoulder problems?
Yes, he did.
Kevin Miller now steps in. Takes ball 1.
Kevin Miller, this is what he's looking at. You know, in the major leagues, you have some kind of backdrop, green or black. You're looking right at white shirts.
Ball 2. There's that view again you talked about. Right back at the pitcher off his glove to the shortstop, Atencio, who makes a nice play.
Ivan Atencio, I'll tell you what, boy, he looks like he belongs in the big leagues. He is smooth. He reminds me, you said the other day, of Tony Fernandez from the Dominican Republic. But, I mean, this is a good play by Batia. He knocks it down. We give him an assist right here, and then Atencio says, well, I do this in infield practice. I'll do it now. He reminds me of Robin Yount when he came up at 19. Good arm, good, smooth mechanics. Right on the number.
Nice stretch as well. A hot shot right down to the third baseman, Navarro.
Now, you would think, John, a team that has been out, or at least, you know, a team when you're playing a team against like Long Beach has outscored their opposition 52-9, that you'd be intimidated. But Carlos Mateo, he really thinks this ball club can win, the coach of Panama. I think mainly because he thinks they're not going to make too many mistakes defensively.
And obviously on the last 2 plays, a great example of just how strong they are defensively. Brent Kirkland after the first pitch, and Jim Palmer with the grab out here in the booth. The toss back.
Got to protect you.
I'm telling you, it's great to have a Hall of Famer next to you.
Well, you know, like I said last night at the dinner, we had Musburger the last couple of years. He at least played Little League in Montana. You know, like he's not a Canadian hockey player like you. Even though you did play Little League.
That's right. We use hockey sticks for bats.
What were you better at?
Hockey. Much better. That pitch is high. Tries to check his swing, but cannot pull it off. Tonight, Full House's John Stamos stars in the network premiere of Born to Ride, the ABC Saturday night movie, followed by The Commish. All action, all night, tonight on ABC. That one is high. 2-2 is the count. Kirkland trying to get something started for Long Beach. Low and outside. 3-2 full count.
Brent with his first home run ever on Wednesday. I mean, ever. No inside the Parkers. Wait till the Little League World Series hits your first home run.
Fouls that one straight back as well. The scoreboard, the heat, I believe, has gotten to it. It's gone a little bananas on us here.
I think that scoreboard is used to having for the team that's playing, being opposed by the Americans, having a lot more runs. Doesn't know how to handle this.
At this point, there's where we really stand. And a good curveball over the top. Kirkland can't get it, and he's a strikeout victim. Back with more in a moment. Let's join our Julie Moran.
Well, John, I'm here with the kid, Gary Carter, who received the Bill Shea Distinguished Little League Graduate Award. And I know you have some fond memories of Little League in West Fullerton, California.
Well, I really do, Julie. I guess the biggest and most memorable one for me was when I lost my mother, and I was just 12 years of age, and they postponed one of the games because of her funeral. And then the next game I came back and I threw a no-hitter, and I felt like that was for my mom. And I remember as a 12-year-old, we had a great season as a team. We were 20-1, and I personally was able to go 13-0 and hit something like 666. I wish we could have those days back again.
I bet you do. I know you talked to Billy Gwynn, the catcher for Long Beach, today. What did you tell him?
I just said, make those catchers proud out there. And it seems as though he was psyched up. Didn't seem very nervous, so I figured that he was going to go out and have a good game.
Thanks for joining us today, Gary.
It's my pleasure.
All right, Julie, thanks a lot. Thanks to Gary Carter, and congratulations as well as Saldana chases the first pitch. Gary Carter, we mentioned that you were just the second former Little Leaguer to go into baseball's Hall of Fame. He might become another one down.
Oh, you had 324 home runs and catch for 19 years, be on a world championship. You got a great chance to go to the Hall of Fame.
Saldana with the bunt, try to deaden it the way you talked about the other day.
Well, this is different than a sacrifice, but what you want to do is you got to have the bat head above the handle. You have to have that angle, otherwise if you drop it, it's just not going to work. Let's see if he keeps the bat head above his right hand, and that's a pretty good job. The ball going away, and of course this was a drag bunt. He's trying to get on first.
Swings at this one to the shortstop Burrows. Guns him down with that rifle arm of his.
Well, you saw a good defense, and one thing that Jamie Saldana can do is make contact, and he does. Right here, see it into the glove, good balance. You see what kind of movement he has on his ball.
Looking at that as a hitter. That brings up Onesimo Morales. And he lifts that one out to left field, dropped in for a base hit.
Well, here we go. I mean, you very rarely do in a final game, John, do we ever see a tie game. And now your second time around, Brady Werner's going to maybe have to make some adjustment, and so is the offense. And already Morales, maybe he's got him timed a little bit. Maybe they'll look for the breaking ball, which has been very effective for Werner. You got to make those adjustments.
Brent, up. Okay, be ready, Billy.
Esto es más fácil manejable, ¿ok? Esto es una palanca. Así es mucho más fácil manejable.
Atencio is the hitter now, and we hear from both managers, both in English and Spanish. It all comes down to the same thing, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does. Well, take a look where Brent Kirkland, the third baseman's playing. I mean, he could shake hands with Atencio way up at third base.
Right back to the pitcher. This could be two. Werner down to Burrows. Not in time at first. And the throw looks like may have hit Kevin Miller in the foot.
Well, it did. It got him in the shin, I believe. You know, Burrows, 74 miles per hour when he pitched a no-hitter. I mean, he guns it. He knows that's the only way he's going to get the double play. Brady Werner, he knows who's covering. That's the shortstop Burrows. He didn't, I don't know if he hit the bag or not, but they call him out, and then he throws one.
You want to walk down here a little bit? Walk down here.
Kevin Miller, I don't think he ever touched it with his glove. Get a better look right here. Goes right by him because there is something on this ball. Hits him right in the right shin. They'll put some ice on it. Or maybe they won't.
Can you run, son? All right?
Yeah, right off his glove and off his shin.
Miller's going to stay in, but obviously with some pain. And anybody who saw Sean Burrows throw the no-hitter the other day can understand what Mr. Miller's going through. Abel Navarro chasing the first pitch for strike one.
We talked about how fast that Burrows threw. 74 miles per hour at a major league level from 60 feet 6 inches is 97.3 miles per hour. That's the reaction time.
That's unbelievable.
Well, no wonder he struck out 32 out of 36 hitters in the 2 starts he's had here. There's a changeup. Looks like the fastball. Well, great location outside part of the plate. Navarro can't even make contact.
Well ahead is Werner. Tries to get on the chase one. It bounces away. The throw down to second. But in there safe is Atencio.
Well, this is what we talked about. Shortstop, pitcher, and catcher, very important. You got to block them. Sometimes you can't block them all. You keep them in front of you, and then you pounce on them. And even when you make a good throw, if the base runner gets a good jump, he's going to steal. There's the block, way out in front of home plate. Does his job. Quick throw by Billy Gwynn. Tag by Burrows. Just there.
Tell you what, a close play, though.
Oh, yeah.
You got to give Billy Quinn some credit. Abel Navarro. 2-2 the count. 2 gone. Runner on second. Right back past the pitcher. Into the center fielder, Moini. The throw coming in. The tag. Safe. The umpire saying the tag was not applied.
Well, it wasn't. He slid right through his leg. Everything for the West worked perfect, except Billy Gwynn was not able to apply the tag. Nate Moaney, the center fielder, charged the ball, made a perfect throw. Now watch, did he go right through his legs? He's out there to block the plate. See him slide through? I don't think he ever tagged him either. Good call by Andy Conyard at home plate. See the throw, he's there. Plus, he doesn't even have control of the ball from that angle. So great execution, but the ball just a little bit mishandled by the catcher.
The tag was not applied until after the foot was across the plate. The pop-up, Burroughs waving everyone off. And for the first time in this World Series, Long Beach is behind.
Okay.
Got to get more than one to win anyways, guys, so let's go get them, huh? Come on. Let's get some hits. We don't even have any hits yet. We can do it, guys. Come on, fire up.
Larry Lewis trying to get a squad going. Here's that play at the plate again.
And the only reason this play is close because Nate Moaney, the center fielder, makes a perfect throw in one hop. But Billy Gwynn unable to really handle the ball, and then you can see because he can't do that, he can't bring his glove down. Base runner slides right through his legs for the only run of this game. There he tags him, but his foot is already on the base.
A little late at that point. As a result, it's 1-0 now. This is the third inning of this game. Keep this in mind. Long Beach hasn't gone 3 consecutive innings without scoring this week. So Panama really doing a terrific job. If you go back to last game now, 8 consecutive no-hit innings.
And this is the weakest part of the lineup for Long Beach. Gwynn only 1 for 8. Moaney right behind him, 2 for 9. Well, you know, I asked Jeff Burroughs, third base coach, his son Sean Burroughs, I said, how do you prepare for this? He said, well, we have 14 guys on the team. We split the teams up. I pitch, Larry Lewis catches, and if anything goes wrong, we don't either hit properly or we don't feel properly. We blow a whistle and stop.
Down the line, but that one rolls foul for strike 2.
You know, we throw them curveballs, we throw them fastballs, 60, 65 miles per hour. So they've seen all these pitches, but they've never played under this pressure. Even though they were here last year, boy, to play at 12 years of age, 40,000 people looking on, trying to do what no other team has ever done, it's got to make you a little bit nervous. Billy Gwynn with his mother here to help his cause. Will need some help as he's in the hole at 0-2. Well, John, this team to get here, talking about Long Beach, they're 23-1. And they did lose one time, 16-1.
Gwynn is a strikeout victim, the second in a row for Alex Beitia.
Well, you see a lot of slow curveballs, and boy, the fastball looks about at 90 miles per hour. And that's what Alex Beitia is doing. Great control, hasn't walked anybody. The only runner for Long Beach has been somebody that's been hit by a pitch.
Brings up Nate Moaney. Looks at one down low for ball 1.
Well, the strength of this team is to get on for the big guys. And that's what Gwynn and Moaney and DeFazio have to do for Burroughs and Werner.
Brings it one well out of the strike zone and bouncing around down there, helping out the pitcher. Again, perhaps some nerves on some of these guys.
Oh, here's another curveball. Is it a strike? No, it bounces, almost hits home plate. But again, you know, not reacting to the curveball is Long Beach. There's another one.
Big break in that from 26 feet, too. Count now, so perhaps if it's tough enough to get a hit for the bottom of the order, perhaps they can work a walk.
Well, Alex Beitia, he's not a big guy. Pitcher for Panama, he's 5 feet tall, 85 pounds.
Off the plate, bounced foul.
But what's important, whether you're 5 feet 85 pounds or you're 5'7", 175 pound like Sean Burroughs, is mechanics. And Beitia, nice windup, pauses at the top, collects everything, uses the big part of his muscles of his body, back of his shoulder and his legs to go towards home plate.
Moaney down to third base. Navarro guns him out. So 2 are gone now. And a reminder, tomorrow night, James Bond is back in the living daylights. Timothy Dalton stars in the ABC Sunday night movie tomorrow at a special time, 8:30, 7:30 Central.
Yeah, living daylights. That's what Long Beach, I think, felt they would do to this Panama team if you've watched the 4 games here. That has not been the case. And Batia, he's doing exactly what his coach wants him, throwing strikes.
There's a look at one of the good luck charms. There's a shot out to center field. Saldana drifts back to the warning track and is up with it for the final out of the 3rd inning. Still no hits for Long Beach, and they trail 1-0.
Hot regional action next Saturday on the home of college football.
Welcome back. 1-0 is the score after 3 innings. Panama with the lead over Long Beach. Brady Werner is doing a nice job on the mound, but he needs to get some offensive help. Now it's a tournament for 11 and 12-year-olds, and of course you have to have a 12-year-old reporter. So Maria Sansone from Erie, Pennsylvania has been joining us this week, and right now she stands by with Brady Werner.
I heard you're superstitious. Yeah, there's a lot of things I do, like before every game I eat Kellogg's Corn Flakes. I don't know, I just started eating them and we win every time, so I keep on doing it. And then we have lots of things. We have good luck trolls and rabbit foots. And that's what we use pretty much for good luck.
Looking for a little help with the good luck, and he mentions the good luck troll. Good luck was not with him though last year, was he?
No, it wasn't. Was going to make this team, fell in a swimming pool. It was under construction, 140 stitches. A year later, he's back on the mound, doing a good job. But good luck for him today would be what they've done in those other 4 games here, average to about 12, maybe 13 runs a game.
Alex Batia swings at this one that dumps down. There's a look at some of those trolls.
They're all over our lobby.
Warner up high with that pitch.
You know, one thing we didn't talk about, John, you did mention that it was hot. I talked to the Panamanian team. He said this is cool for Panama. Long Beach, you don't have this kind of humidity. Temperature in the 90s, humidity close to 100%.
Well, advantage Panama when it comes to the weather anyway.
The longer this game goes, the shadows, they creep. Take another look. Umpire Cam on the high fastball, but the shadows will creep out in front of home plate, make it even harder to see the ball.
Gets him to chase one high and inside. Run the count to 2-2.
2-2.
Look at those shadows you mentioned that approach home plate as time runs on. Outside, ball 3 and a full count.
Only 1 walk issued, and that was by Brady Werner for Long Beach. Been a well-played game.
Swings after it, straight back at us again. Count remains full. Some of the contingent from Panama with some of those from USA trying to shut them down. That one is out of play as well.
Well, remember, Batia, who's pitched so well today, was the only home run for Panama during this World Series. Looks like he's trying to hit another one. Trying to pick up the ball. We told you about the background. It's not a good one. Better have that window. You pick the ball up out of it.
And he looks at strike 3.
You know, just like at so many minor and major league ball players, when balls out of the from an infielder, as you take a look, this is what he is facing. And he just doesn't pick it up. Good fastball outside part of the plate. This will show you where it was. Another strikeout.
Bringing in Julio Gustavino. Sends this one to the shortstop. Burrows up with it. I don't think I'd want to catch that thing coming over.
Well, you know, I always ask catchers that caught Nolan Ryan, I said, you know, you had to wear a sponge. I think if I was a first baseman, when Burroughs lets it go, he lets it go from about maybe 60 feet because he, you know, hands way out front, catches it properly. I mean, look at this velocity. Ball just running away, and Kevin Miller with a nice stab.
Cesar Rodriguez steps in against Werner and looks at strike one. Tried to check his swing there and just got a piece of it for strike two. And reminder again that overhead is one of America's most enduring images, the Goodyear blimp, serenely floating over the Little League World Series. There's a look from high above. Reaches out, a little swinging bunt. Good move by Billy Gwynn to let it go foul because there was no play.
Well, the ball is going to go right down the line. The field is sloped here because of the drainage factor. And if you're the catcher or even a first baseman, the minute you see it go foul, you better jump on it. And that's exactly what Billy Gwynn does. Gets it as soon as he can.
0-2 is the count with 2 gone here in the top of the 4th inning. That one's high for ball 1.
3 more at bats in the regulation game for both teams. We're halfway through this game. In fact, a little bit past that point.